everyone. Welcome to our Insta Live today. Thank you for joining in. And today, let me first start by introducing myself. I'm Akriti Bhartia, a passionate, transformational, and a life coach in conversation with Arshia Sheth. Just to give you a brief background on Arshia, she is a consciousness coach and an author, being an influencer, change maker, and an enthusiast in life who has empowered and transformed a numerous number of lives over a period of years. Her journey began when she was at a crossroad in her life where she chose to choose different because the set reality was not working for her. After being interviewed on the national television, she continues to be a propeller of change maker. Having chosen consciousness as a way of living, Arshia is the founder of her brand called Chispaarsh Catalyzing Change. And today we're going to have a conversation with her from for Unlearn to Relearn, Rewire, and Reboot. So welcome Arshia, welcome here. What do you mean by consciousness if we can start that all over again since the voice was lagging?
Sure. Thank you so much. And yes, when we are talking about some of the other glitch come because it is energy, and when energy goes up and down, it's all right. We also know how to tweak energy, and that's the key. So coming back to our conversation about consciousness, what consciousness is, and so put in simpler words, Akriti, consciousness is where you are choosing, where one is choosing to be totally present in their life with everything, everyone, whether they like it or not. That's what I said before also. And more often, what we do is, as humans, something that we don't like, something that is not according to our desire, we tend to get reactive towards it. We tend to resist it. We tend to hide under the carpet. We tend to not look at what is going on actually. That's where we step away from consciousness. We also kind of step into unconsciousness, because every reaction that we are talking about, like for example, if there is something not working according to someone's desire, the person is likely to slip into some kind of irritation, some kind of desperation, anxiety, worry, depression. Yes, because something that one is desiring is not showing up as per the person's desire. Now, my question is here to everyone, when we do that, when a human do that, it is taking you away from the fulfillment of desire, or is it bringing you closer to the fulfillment of desire? Simple logic, it is taking you away, right? Because then you step out of your inherent capacity, which everyone has, and then you actually cannot have access to your own resourcefulness. We all have our capacities, our talents, our skills, right? But when we go into this avoiding mode or reaction mode, or we just go on playing as a victim, which is not consciousness at all, that's where we are actually not having access to our capacities, our skillfulness, our own talents, which each one of us is gifted with. And so we go further and further away, from what we would like to realize, what we would like to have in our lives. Consciousness is that key where when we choose, no matter what is going on at the moment, I am choosing to be totally present here with all of good, bad, ugly, pleasant, unpleasant, whatever way it is shown. That's consciousness.
That's absolutely amazing, Arshia. But I still want to dig little more deeper on this topic, right? Because I still have a like, I like now I understand what is consciousness. But do you think that how would it contribute in our growth and success? Even if we are living a conscious fulfillment life, how do we grow, succeed, and with a lot of ease also, right? Like how does all that, how do you connect all those things when you talk about consciousness over here?
So when somebody is choosing to live out of consciousness, now when I say live out of consciousness, the consciousness is not a product that you will find somewhere. It's an intangible energy. How does one get present to that intangible energy and use it to their advantage? Is that probably that's what you want to ask, Akriti?
Yes, 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 absolutely.
And so to be able to have access to that intangible energy, one needs to first make a choice that yes, I am looking for something better in my life, something greater in my life, and that to come to me with total joy and ease. So, like, what different can I choose? Here is the question that's reflected on the screen. Yes, what different can I choose? So, the difference here can be when you know that you are going into reaction, when things are not working according to you, when things are just kind of gripping over you. Before you tend to lose your power, this is the question you must ask. What different can I choose here? And so the question just reflected there beautifully that instead of going into reaction, instead of slipping into anxiety, worry, stress, that would lead to depression and desperation, instead of going into reaction and resistance, what different choice can I make here? If one tends to ask that question, they will actually, for within few minutes or seconds, they will begin to have some calmness. They will begin to stand questioning, oh, I have a different thing here. I can make a different choice here. The moment that realization comes in, that somebody can make a different choice here, the person is choosing to step into consciousness. And that's where the whole game begins to change. Now, here, Akriti, what happens is, for a lot of people, it would be easier said than done. It's easy to say that way. How do we do it? How do we go about it, right? So there are these very simple tools. When we start using them, when we start applying them in our day-to-day life, everyday living, you build a muscle of it. How when you want to kind of, maintain your weight, when you want to look a particular body shape, you go work out. And then you build some muscles. When you want to reduce the fat mass, you start to build up muscles. Now, muscles don't get built up in a day. It's a process. Probably it will take 3 weeks, 3 months, or 6 months, whatever. But the results will show up. Likewise, when you start using the tools, the change begins to show up. And then that's where the entire, process of life also begins to change. You see magic with your 2 eyes, with your naked eyes. You see magic with your, in your day-to-day living, with those little things. And then those little things become bigger. You see bigger things, bigger changes, bigger magic in your life with everything, whether it is in regards to money, in regards to, your body, health, or relationships, broadly every area of human life.
Arsha, I couldn't agree more with you, and it's actually coming from a personal experience where when you
Okay,
said, and I would actually love to share that, which is like a
please
month
do.
back, I did foundation of Access Consciousness, and guys, currently I must tell you, I'm doing this beautiful program with Arshia called Being Money to Having Money. Today
Yeah.
is the eighth day, and I can see my life transform by the simplest tools and techniques shared by her. And like magic. Like for me, I knew magic existed, but for me, I am experiencing right now. And at this time, I'm 40 right now, okay, 40 years, and I'm wondering, I wish I knew all these things before, and life would have been so much easier. Things would have come with so much ease, joy, and glory. And the whole foundation has actually changed my foundation of life. And it's actually got a new way of living for me. On that note, Ashya, I would want to ask, why would you say that we need to unlearn to relearn and rewire? What is the connection of unlearning over here when we talk about the
That's such
foundation?
wow, and that's the title of our call today, right? And
Yes,
it's
absolutely.
it's thank you for bringing that up, Akriti, and thank you for your beautiful share. So the foundation that you said you did a month ago, I did my
Yes.
first foundation 14 years ago when I
Wow.
had just probably started out on the path of consciousness. And yes, pretty young at that time. And such a beautiful question, such a beautiful statement that you made, that we wish probably we had got this way earlier in our life when we were like little small, little children, when we were really small. Our lives would have been very different. That's true, Akriti. What happens is when you are still young, very young, and that's why in consciousness classes we say, please bring your children along, and children under the age of 15 can come for free in any class of consciousness. I'm sure you know that, right? Now,
Yes,
why do
absolutely.
why do we have that? Why do we have that? Because as a young child, your 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 mind is still what do I say? Still in the process of developing. The belief systems are not locked in it. They are not engraved on it as yet. But as you grow and live with certain belief systems which are coming for years, it becomes a solidity. As if it is solidified there is a solidified impression on your mental awareness, in your mind space. If I were to ask you, Akriti, something that is written uh, with a pencil, you can erase it easily,
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
But but
Absolutely.
something written with a ballpoint pen, it takes time to erase it.
Yes,
True?
absolutely right.
True?
Yeah, true.
And something which is deeply engraved, जैसे पत्थर पे लिखा बोलते हैं, cannot
Yes,
be easily removed.
yes, true.
This is exactly what happens with a young mind, because it is in developing stage. When a young child comes under the age of 15, when they sit in the class, it is like a pencil. So parents can only give to their child what they know, right?
Absolutely.
So
Right.
if you want to make your child's life better, and by the way, that is the biggest gift that you can give to your child over any materialistic possession. I say this to everyone. Something which is so priceless, invaluable, that you can give to your child, that your child, when uh, he or she becomes an adult, will thank you for, is your healthy mental state. So you choose healthy mental state as an adult, your child will just follow the line. You as a parent is a role model for your child, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely.
So, so when I attended my first Varshan Foundation 14 years ago, I actually thought to myself, why was this not given to me when I was probably a teenager or even younger than that? And that's what you also brought up just now. That is because when now you are doing it as an adult, it takes some time. It takes a process to unlearn everything, because there's good amount of stuff that you have learned in 40 years. Correct, Akriti?
Correct. Absolutely
40
correct.
in 40 years, the things have become hardwired. We talk about
Yes,
hardwiring. Yeah. So
yes,
in 40 years, how many times you must have heard, study hard, work hard, do things the hard ways. Then only will you achieve something in life. In 40 years, you
yes,
must have heard that so many times. Now things
yes,
have become so hardwired that when you believe, when you live on, when you work and function from that belief system, everything becomes hard in your life. Whereas that's not the truth. That's not the truth at all. Truth is, you can have everything in your life the fun, ease way. only if you taught to choose that, only if you are taught how to do that the fun, ease way. But somebody can teach you only if they know themselves.
Yes, absolutely.
If you don't know yourself how to carry out a task in the ease, fun way, with joy and happiness, you cannot transfer that kind of learning to your young ones.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
so most of us in this age group, we find it a little, it's little time take. It might be little, not for everyone. For someone, people just choose to drop their beliefs like this. For some, it may take some time. So it is up to you how soon, how ready you are to give away your limitations and beliefs in regards to limitations. I have seen changes on the first day of bars and foundation class itself. Like some cases of, somebody having food allergies and having multiple body related issues, GAD, general anxiety disorder, food allergies, and constant nervous energy building. First day of the class, the person actually carried her food because she cannot eat outside food, so she carried her special food. By the end of the class, she became so hungry and she was actually craving for normal food. She was little fearful कि मैं अगर ये normal food खा लूंगी तो मुझे कोई problem तो नहीं होगी. I said, ask your body, because your body has an immense awareness and a different intelligence if you tap into it. She ate it and she was there for 2 to 3 hours for the rest of the class, and she was surprised herself. She said, I can't tell you the amount of treatment, the Ayurvedic treatment, the Kerala Ayurveda and other things that I've gone through in past 2 years' time. Lot of diet plans that I have followed and Ayurvedic treatment that I have taken, and I have been strictly asked not to eat any food outside, not to. And by the way, she also mentioned she's lactose and gluten intolerant. And before the, by the end of the class, she had a cup of tea and 2 chapatis, both gluten and lactose in it. She was so relieved and she was so happy because she stayed more for 3 hours. The process was on, the class was going on, the practical of the bars was going on. She said, I can't believe that in 2 years' time, it's the first time I've had chapati, wheat roti, and tea, a cup of tea. And I was said, I'm intolerant to gluten and lactose. And here I am, and my body is absolutely fine. Earlier, she would throw up. The moment she would have it, she would throw up. So the bodily changes begin to show up because there is certain belief which was growing in her, based on which she was having these symptoms being shown by her body. So the first change when you choose consciousness, it begins to show up on the body level. I have seen people actually feeling light, and they went back home and they checked their weight. They were a few inches and even a kilo or 2 lighter. Like you remember, Akriti, on a BN to HM program, today it's 8th day, and this is an 11-day program. On 3rd day, another participant of the program mentioned that she lost 2 kgs. Just by attending the program on the 3rd day. And that was so magical. The program is not about weight. The program is about being money to having money. Actually, the program is about relationships and money, and how relationships becomes the cause and reason of money blockages as well. But here, she mentioned something about her body, which none of us expected. Correct?
Yes.
And that's how the magic shows up. Now, when you mentioned about the foundation class, it's a 3.5 days class of foundation and 1 day of bars. So total it becomes 4.5 days. The magic begins to show up from day 1, provided someone is looking and ready absolutely for a different light. So what a foundation does is, what a bars and foundation does is, it helps you erase, eliminate, and destroy your current foundation of life, which is actually not working for you. Because if I ask you frankly, Akriti, in 40 years' time, We all are super intelligent. If your mind could solve any problem, you would have done in 40 years. Correct?
Absolutely.
So
Yes.
when you attended the bars and foundation, first thing you got to know is actually mind is coming as a hindrance somewhere in your growth, in your success, in your L&D, learning and development.
Yes.
Yeah, because mind has its own way of processing information. And that's where it kind of becomes a little impediment. So mind also, in a way, impedes your speed. You want to have a speed in your life. I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to achieve this. I want to have this in my life. Your mental patterns and limitations actually act as an impediment in the fulfillment of your own desires, in the fulfillment of living a fulfilling, wholesome life. So when you attend a bars and foundation, you actually chip away. You actually chip away your old foundation. So your 40 years of foundation, Akriti,
Yes.
it began to dissolve.
Yes.
Yeah. And so you started changing, you started seeing the change. And that is a beginning of laying a new foundation, which actually works for you. Works for your body, works for your money, financial state, works for your relationships as well. So can I ask you, Akriti, now on this note, what is
Yes.
the change that you have seen after bars, foundation, and even after this ongoing money course, which we are still 3 days left with?
So honestly, there has been a lot of change, and it's very difficult to put it like across in one word. But if I would say just one word right now for all this, is that it's with life is with a lot of ease, which I didn't know before that it could be like this. And I didn't even know that this reality existed, because I was always living and operating from the reality for 40 years. So I didn't
Yes.
even know that this could, and life could be like that. And as you rightly said, right, it's dissolving, but I feel like every minute now I can choose greater for myself by operating just by the consciousness and making those choices. I can still, and there is like, there's no end, like there's no, it's like it's infinite, which I didn't even know could exist, honestly, because I was never told that. I was always like, be like this, do like this. So it's magical. It's like magic appears when you start believing in it, and that's what it is. That's what it's been, and it's like an ever growing journey now for me from here.
Yeah, that line which you just mentioned, be like this, do like this. So
Yes.
from the time you are born, your training starts, correct? And who are your
Absolutely.
first teachers? What is your first school? Where is your first school and who are your first teachers? Your first teachers are
Parents.
your parents
Yeah.
and your first school is home. However, parents and school, the first school and the parents will only give you what they know for themselves. So basically, there is a conditioned patterned way of living coming from the past, from like
Yes.
ancestral line. Parents know what their parents have given to them. Nothing different, right? Now this
Right.
goes on generation after generation after generation. So I say a beautiful thing here, Akriti. People love to buy, update their gadgets as soon as it is in the market. Like let's take the example of phone, like iPhone. The moment the new model comes, iPhone 15, iPhone 15 Pro, iPhone 15 Pro Max, and now iPhone 16 is going to be launched soon, right? As soon as the new model comes, most people like to, oh, I want to go for the new one. I want to upgrade my phone. I want to upgrade my phone. My question to them is, how about upgrading your life? So this is a system. It is your own system is actually hardwired. Would you like to upgrade your hardwired system, your hard disk of your living system, so that it functions for you? Because human life is not meant to be laden with diseases, with having all of those problems. that you encounter in human life. And the way you behave or the way you react in the face of a particular problem, your children just observe. You don't even have to tell them, they just observe, because children and pets are quick to pick up energy. I would like to give an example here, because a lot of people come with that issue, like a disharmonious relationship, couple relationship, and they try to hide that, okay, fine, we will not argue in front of children, so probably keep them in another room, and then they are themselves arguing or fighting, or there's an altercation in another room, and they think that children don't know anything. Well, they're highly mistaken. Children pick up on energy. So even if the doors are shut, they may not be able to hear anything, but they can energetically perceive there is something going on, there is something wrong. And your children, whether it is in regards to body, money, finances, or relationship, they begin to heal you, the adult, by default. It's not the job assigned to them, but they begin to do that. They begin to heal the parent in problem all by themselves, because they think it's their job. And all they want to ensure is that my survival is safe, the family unit is safe. So whatever it takes, I will do. And they do all by themselves, because we all are empaths. We all, have capacity to heal ourselves and heal others, provided we know it, provided we know the right way. So when it comes to unlearning, when you talk about unlearning, it is unlearning a lot of programs that a human is laid with, the programs which are fed in the human system, the patterns, the conditions, the conditioning of a human life, the belief systems, which are actually not working for you. And so you create either body related problems or relationship related problems or money, finances, job, all of those problems. Those problems are actually a way to tell you, please upgrade your hard disk. Please upgrade your living system. Step into a different energy. Step into a new energy which will actually work for you in the current time. Your old foundation is not working for you. It is time to, de-layer it, blast it, destroy it, and lay a new foundation. Is that possible? Well, it is possible. I mean, just come to think of it, a building which is resurrected on a weak foundation, isn't it bound to collapse?
Yes.
So a building that's why if you see, the buildings go for refurbishment, redevelopment. Have you seen that? In every modern city, in every city, in every, cities like Mumbai, Pune, anywhere, cities, the buildings also go for redevelopment, refurbishing, which is actually an example. Your life also needs to be refurbished. Your living system needs to be upgraded, updated, and refurbished, because your life is loudly and blaringly telling you, with those problems, change, change, change. However, the humans have a resistance to change. So the bars and foundation and these programs actually show them the way that change is it's easy. And with those simple tools and techniques, the change becomes easy. It is like gliding smooth. How you are mentioning, Akriti, how the change has begun to show up. It's just been 2 months.
Yes.
How your life has changed, and your children's life has changed too, right?
Yes, yes. Absolutely. Arshia,
So it's already
mind-blowing. This is mind-blowing, the information, and with the depth you are sharing everything with us. It's mind-blowing now.
It's amazing. And then we have the dates of Mumbai classes coming here of Bars and Foundation. Bars is on 21st August. Foundation is on from 22nd to 25th. And please get in touch with Akriti. She's the host in Mumbai. And uh, before we just kind of sign off from here, Akriti, just want to say it is easy to unlearn, and it is required for something to be unlearned before you learn and relearn something new. The old has to go to make way for the new. How will you create space? So again, there are zillion examples. Again, one example, if you want a new wardrobe, if you want new clothes in your wardrobe, you have to let go of the old clothes. Otherwise, all of those clothes will be spilling on you the moment you open it, right? So
Yes.
just watch in your own life, guys, how old has to make its way out. When you are refurbishing your home, your wardrobe, everything old has to leave. Then only can the new come in. So with the unlearn, rewire, relearn, and reboot, we are just conveying to you, we are just sending the message out there. Choose to unlearn, and it is it is damn easy. It is a beautiful process. And then you make space for the new things to come in your life, new way of living your life. And that's exactly what these consciousness based programs do. Give you a new way of living life, which is in alignment with today's time. Cool?
Yes. Cool. Thank you, Arsha. I would thank
Thank
you
you
for
so
all
much.
your time. And guys, please feel free. I'll be hosting Arsha in Mumbai. As we are saying, Access Bars class is on 21st of August in Bombay, and Foundation, a 3.5 day course from 22nd August till 25th of August. Please feel free to get in touch with me. And if there is still any hesitance or resistance, please feel free to get in touch. We'll answer all your queries. And yes, all it requires to take is just one choice. So let's see who is choosing for themselves. Yes,
One step to choose, that's all.
one step.
I always say this,
Absolutely.
Akriti, change is just a choice away. That's the tagline of Chispaarsh. Change is just a choice away. One choice away. So yes, Akriti already shared the dates with you. August 20th is facelift, energetic facelift. So you can look young, feel young, radiant, beautiful without any invasive procedures like Botox or fillers. There is a total energetic system with which you can feel young, look young, and feel vibrant and energetic. Only using your hands and with those 32 energies being activated in your body. That's energetic facelift.
Yes, guys. So please feel free. We're right here for you, all of you. And yes, Arshia, any last words from you? Anything, last sentence or a word from you would like to hear?
Uh, Only one thing that I would say as a parting line, uh, no matter how daunting it may look or sound, the change, because your mind doesn't is not ready for change. Mind has a resistance to change out of this fear of unknown. Oh, if the change comes, it's an unknown territory. What would happen? So no matter how difficult or resisting it is, take that first step of change. That's where you reflect your courage. That's where choosing change is where you step into your courage zone. Otherwise, you are in your comfort zone. So sometimes I've seen, Akriti, people have settled in their comfort zone with the pain, with the diseases, with whatever is showing up in their life. Oh, up to it's become adat, up to it's part of life, up to it's you know, up to his life ka hissa ban gaya. Which means change is possible, but they have settled in comfort zone. They have kind of make peace with it. Probably they are not aware that there is change possible. So before you do that, before you settle for the less, please know with change, the greater, the bigger and grandeur life and reality is possible for you. All you have to do is ask, take that first step towards change. And so change is just a choice away.
Yes, absolutely, Arshia. Thank you so much for your
Thank
time. And
you.
thank you, everyone, for being a part of
Thank
this. Lot of
Yeah,
gratitude
thank
to
you.
all of you. Be in touch, message, call, anything. We're up there for you. See you all soon.
You
Thank
can
you so much. Yes.
Yeah, you can comment on our Insta, Akriti's Insta or my Insta, and we will respond to you. You can leave a message on Insta, or this is going to be on YouTube as well. You can connect with us. And thank you for being here on Sunday morning. Have a beautiful Sunday. Enjoy your Sunday. And tonight, there is an Insta live on wellness and wellness underscore with underscore Chispaarsh on Insta handle of Chispaarsh at 9:30 p.m. CB2LL, Consciousness Bites to Live Light, that we have every Sunday. It's reflecting on the screen. It is there on every Sunday for half an hour as a gift from me. Okay, I'll see you there. Thank you, Akriti, for playing along, for having this wonderful conversation. It was such a delight.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Arshia. Thank you.
Bye
Bye.
bye.
Bye, everyone. Bye.